mares y tierras para conocer. Nunca se pierde la dirección si el que nos guía es el corazón. Y voy para donde me lleva el viento, navegando sin rumbo cierto, deshojando la flor de la esperanza, desatando la furia del mar. Porque me gusta la gente que lleva la sangre caliente, nunca se olvida que hay que aprender a gozar de la vida. El coro canta con el sabor de mi tierra santa. No se termina un día entero sin saber lo que sufrí. Soñando en un lugar donde el hambre ya no se puede disimular y se ha perdido la dirección por traficar con el corazón. Y en tus ojos soy un extranjero, soy el que llega y se va primero, deshojando la flor de la esperanza, desatando la furia del mar. Porque me gusta la gente que lleva la sangre caliente, nunca se olvida que hay que aprender a gozar de la vida. El coro canta con el sabor de mi tierra santa. No se termina un día entero sin saber lo que sufrí. Y voy para donde me lleva el viento, navegando sin rumbo cierto, deshojando la flor de la esperanza, desatando la furia del mar. Porque me gusta la gente que lleva la sangre caliente, nunca se olvida que hay que aprender a gozar de la vida. El coro canta con el sabor de mi tierra santa. No se termina un día entero sin saber. Porque me gusta la gente que lleva la sangre caliente, la que nunca se olvida que hay que aprender a gozar de la vida. El coro canta con el sabor de mi tierra santa. No se termina un día entero sin saber lo que sufrí, lo que sufrí, un día entero sin saber.
Absolutely amazing. It's so thrilling to listen to some real music for a change.
Yes.
Wow, it's so beautiful. The guitar, that it has that mariachi feel to it. You know, many of these artists we are hearing, and even in the past, there was a time when we heard a lot of these artists on our channel.
Yeah.
Years ago, it seems. And it actually was years ago. After that, it was purely manipulated fake music, most of it that was requested. So, whenever we hear music like this, we must remind ourselves that these are the creators and pioneers of rap. Rap and hip hop, these American guys, artists and labels, they claim it is their own music form. They boast about it, how hip hop changed the world, how rap changed the world. But music like this has been where they've copied it from. I won't even say inspired, because inspired, you give credit. Okay, I've been inspired from this. Latin culture, Spanish culture, Cuban, Latino, Brazilian, all these music has existed for literally over 100 years. And they've been singing this music, which is actually rap. It wasn't called rap. Americans called it rap, and they said they invented it. So rap and hip hop, but it's basically copied from music styles like this, which I've heard it all my life. So I know these Americans, the criminals that most of them are, they copied all this. They just say that it's mine. I've had books and stories that have been copied by me, copied by Americans. So I know exactly how it goes with them. They just steal ideas of other people and they claim, oh, I invented it. They change it little here and there. They market themselves in such a powerful manner that you won't go against them. I mean, look at how Google is controlling you and the world today. I mean, it just goes to show. So I'm talking about broader perspective, but when you narrow it down to music, a lot of this music has existed for decades. But when the Americans stole it and made it their own, so-called made it their own, and said, this is our music, whether it's jazz, whether it's rap, whether it's hip hop, it's all copied from these guys. These Latin cultures, Spanish cultures, Cuba, their neighbors. Absolutely, this was good. This was really good music. It's sad that these guys don't get the credit they deserve for actually creating music which many others have copied. They may be a recent artist. That doesn't matter. I'm talking about artists who have made this music in the earlier part of the last century. They made music which sounded like rap and hip hop, but it's just that they did it more musically and more genuinely. So you've not heard of them. I have. But you have heard of all the losers from your part of the world who create this fake manipulated music and market themselves so powerfully and literally crush everyone else. So it's as simple as that. In fact, these videos also, I don't doubt they will even get 50 views, 60 views, because that's how the world is controlled by one or two corporations and one or two countries, which is quite sad today.
The popular of the world are made or fed on the lesser known people. All their ideas, all their concepts, all their creations, whatever lesser known people, created at some point or the other got stolen and, reached these people's backyards from where they sold it and made it popular in the masses and tagged it as theirs. So rebadging is not new, and in a world that is mostly also I think now I don't know if things are going to change when translations have come into picture and different languages of different countries are also online. Rise of the internet also caused a lot of plagiarism, a lot of stealing of work of other people, other cultures, other creators, because everything that was there in another culture and another language, that was rebadged in English and it was portrayed as if it was originally there by the creator, although it had nothing to do with the person who put it online, but it was work of someone else, creation of someone else, creativity of someone else, but it was rebadged in another language such as English, and it spread out literally to all those people who were consuming the internet through English as the language, and they thought this is what the original is, this is what the original creator is, and everyone else, those who actually created it in different languages to different parts of the world, sometimes in a very small country, sometimes coming from a place which is not well known, still they have things, they got crushed completely because they didn't have that. They didn't get recognition for their work, and somebody else literally took the benefits of all the work that they did. So hopefully that is going to be changing, because I think now each country is following their language on the net also, which will give rise to all of those talents and people. This was so amazing. I remember all the Latin songs that I listened to, and they are always groovy. They are amazing. They are just amazing. They have a knack of making people groove to their music, and it happens almost every time.
Yeah, there's a very fine line between Latin music and Spanish music. Yeah. This could be Spanish, but for me, it has that, certainly had the mariachi Mexican vibe about it all. But I've heard a lot of music, so it's very even in spite of listening to a lot of music from Cuba, Latin America, Latin culture, Spanish culture, the islands, I've heard a lot of music from those parts all my life. But even then, when I hear a song like this, it's very difficult to differentiate. So I apologize for that in advance. It could be Spanish, it could be Latin. For me, it's all about the music, the sound, the feel. I know it's the origins of rap, what I heard. It may be new, it doesn't matter. Music like this has been created in those parts of the world from over 100 years ago. That much I know. So wow, just wow. This great request by Cuba Libre. That's it for this one. Goodbye.